Stepping off the train in Ulaanbaatar, I felt the crisp, clean air fill my lungs, a sensation both invigorating and unfamiliar after days of travel. The city was just waking up, bathed in the soft glow of dawn, and the platform buzzed with quiet anticipation. I paused for a moment, letting the reality sink in. I had finally arrived in Mongolia, a place I dreamed of exploring for years. There was a promise of adventure in the air, a sense that anything could happen here. The cool breeze carried with it the scent of distant grasslands and the faint aroma of wood smoke, hinting at the wildness that lay beyond the city limits. Ulaanbaatar itself was a fascinating blend of old and new, gleaming glass towers rising beside centuries-old monasteries, bustling markets set against the backdrop of rolling hills. My eyes kept drifting to those hills, their gentle slopes promising freedom and mystery. As we left the city behind, the landscape began to change. Paved roads gave way to dusty tracks, and soon we were surrounded by endless green plains. White jurs, traditional Mongolian dwellings, appeared like pearls scattered across the land, each one a testament to the nomadic spirit of the people who call this place home. It felt as though we were traveling back in time, moving through a world where life is deeply connected to the rhythms of nature. Herders guided their livestock across the open earth, and the grass beneath my fingers was soft and alive, whispering stories of centuries past. When our vehicle finally stopped and I stepped out onto the vast grassy steppes, I was greeted by a profound silence. It wasn't empty though. The wind danced through the grass and the distant cries of eagles echoed across the plains, reminding me how alive this land truly is. I stood there, arms outstretched, breathing in the wild, untamed air. Under the endless blue sky I felt a sense of absolute freedom, as if the boundaries of my world had suddenly expanded. The steppes seemed to stretch on forever, inviting me to lose myself in its vastness. Green hills rolled away to the horizon, unbroken by fences or roads, just open space, limitless and inviting. It was a landscape that called out to be explored, to be wandered and wondered at, a place where adventure felt as natural as breathing. A deep, tranquil peace settled over me, far removed from the rush and noise of daily life. Sitting quietly in the grass, I felt a connection to the land and its ancient rhythms, as if I were part of something much greater than myself. This was the true beginning of my Mongolian adventure, a journey not just across a country, but into a new way of seeing the world. I knew, even then, that this experience would change me in ways I couldn't yet imagine. With my heart wide open and my spirit ready, I stepped forward, eager to discover all the wonders this magnificent land had to offer, knowing that Mongolia's vastness would leave its mark on my soul forever. The Mongolian steppe is more than a landscape, it's an experience that stirs the soul. Imagine standing in a vast green ocean, the land rolling endlessly beneath a brilliant blue sky. The sheer scale is humbling, making you feel both small and deeply connected to nature. Life here moves to the rhythm of sun and seasons, not clocks. I learned to tell time by the sun, letting go of my watch and embracing the natural flow. Silence reigns, broken only by the wind, crickets and distant herds. Wildflowers and curious marmots add color and life to the grasslands. Herds of goats and sheep drift across the hills, guided by lone herders on horseback. Every part of this ecosystem is alive, thriving in gentle wildness. The steppe's vastness offers a rare sense of liberation and wonder. The jur is the heart of Mongolian nomadic life, a symbol of home on the open plains. Inside, painted wooden lattices and a central skylight create a warm, inviting space. I was welcomed by a family with a bowl of sute tsai, their traditional salted milk tea. Around the central stove we shared smiles and gestures, proving connection goes beyond words. Living in a jur teaches you about simplicity and purpose. Every object has its place. The circular design fosters unity and openness, with traditions guiding daily life. Sleeping inside, cocooned from the wind, felt magical and safe. The jur's ingenious design keeps families comfortable through harsh seasons and constant movement. It's more than a house, it's a testament to Mongolian resilience and the beauty of a life lived close to the land. In Mongolia, a horse is more than just a means of transport. It's a symbol of freedom, a living embodiment of the wild spirit that defines this vast land. Here, horses are woven into the very fabric of daily life, shaping the culture, the history, and the dreams of the people who call these endless grasslands home. The native Mongolian horses are small, sturdy, and a bit wild, perfectly adapted to the harsh climate and open spaces. They are descendants of the legendary steeds that once carried Genghis Khan's warriors across continents, their bloodlines stretching back through centuries of adventure and conquest. Watching them graze, you sense their resilience and untamed energy, a living link to Mongolia's epic past. My guide, a local horseman with years of experience, helped me onto a gentle horse. With a reassuring nod we set off, trotting across the steppe. The rhythm of the horse beneath me was both unfamiliar and thrilling, a new way to experience the land. The wind whipped through my hair, carrying the scent of grass and earth. Before me stretched a landscape so vast it seemed to have no end. In that moment I felt a rush of exhilaration and unity with the land, as if I was being welcomed into a world that had existed unchanged for centuries. As my confidence grew, we picked up speed, galloping across the open steppe. The thunder of hooves echoed in my chest, and laughter bubbled up from deep within. There was a sense of pure joy, of being completely alive in the moment, sharing in a tradition that has brought happiness to generations of Mongolians. For a fleeting moment, I felt myself dissolve into the landscape, no longer just a visitor but a part of something much greater. The steppe seemed to stretch on forever, and I was just a small figure moving through its endless beauty. Riding here is more than a pastime, it's a way to connect with Mongolia's soul and centuries of tradition. The horsemen in their traditional clothing, the distant yurts, and the ever-present mountains all speak of a culture that has thrived in harmony with these animals for generations. From horseback, every detail comes alive. The wildflowers brushing against your boots, the texture of the grass beneath the horse's hooves, the subtle changes in the wind. You notice the world in a new way, attuned to the rhythm of the land and the animal carrying you. You become part of the scenery, not just an observer. The boundaries between you and the wild, open world around you begin to blur, and you feel a deep sense of belonging. These remarkable horses unlock the secrets of the steppe, carrying you to places where no car or modern vehicle can reach. They are your guides to the hidden corners of Mongolia, revealing landscapes untouched by time. My time riding across the Mongolian steppe was a gift, a memory of pure freedom and connection. As the sun set and I dismounted, I felt a profound gratitude for the experience, knowing it would stay with me forever. The spirit of the wild horse, untamed and free, will always gallop in my heart, reminding me of Mongolia's boundless horizons and the timeless bond between horse and rider. Mongolian food is a living reflection of the nomadic lifestyle, simple, hearty, and deeply tied to the rhythms of the land. Every meal tells a story of survival, adaptation, and the close relationship between people and nature. Out on the vast steppe, where resources are precious and the climate can be harsh, food is more than just sustenance. It's a celebration of resilience and tradition. Meals here center on what herders can produce from their livestock. Meat and dairy are the heart of every table. Sheep, goats, horses, and cows provide the essentials, and nothing goes to waste. The flavors are bold and unpretentious, shaped by centuries of living in harmony with the land and animals. Hospitality is a cornerstone of Mongolian culture, and it's shown most clearly through food. Every jur I entered, whether in a remote valley or near a bustling town, welcomed me with something to eat or drink. Be it a steaming bowl of soup, a cup of salty milk tea, or a handful of homemade snacks. The warmth of these gestures made me feel instantly at home. I'll never forget kushur, those golden, crispy fried dough pockets filled with juicy mutton. Watching them being made by hand, then shared around the table, was a lesson in care and tradition. Each bite was rich with flavor and history, a taste of Mongolia's enduring spirit. Dairy is everywhere in Mongolia, woven into daily life. I tried arul, a tangy dried milk curd that's both snack and sustenance, and arag, the fizzy, sour, fermented mare's milk that's a true taste of the steppe. These unique flavors were unlike anything I'd had before, and they spoke of centuries-old traditions passed down through generations. Sharing these foods was more than just eating, it was a sign of respect, connection, and trust. Meals are communal, with everyone gathered around passing dishes and stories. The act of sharing food here is a way to build bonds and show gratitude. Eating in Mongolia is about so much more than taste. It's about community, sitting together under the endless open sky, surrounded by the beauty of the steppe, and feeling a sense of belonging. The landscape becomes part of the meal, and every shared bite is a memory made. Even when words failed and we didn't share a common language, meals became moments of genuine friendship. Laughter, smiles, and the simple act of breaking bread together bridged every gap, turning strangers into friends. The food, the setting, and the company all came together to tell a story, not just of survival but of generosity, warmth, and the joy of coming together, no matter where you're from. Every bite was a lesson in simplicity, gratitude, and the pure joy of sharing a meal under the vast Mongolian sky. To understand Mongolia, you must live a day with a nomadic family. The day starts at dawn, with everyone rising to the sun's first light. Women skillfully milk goats and yaks, while men and children ride out to move the herds. Chores are shared, mending clothes, preparing food, gathering water and fuel. Even children have important roles, learning responsibility early. As the sun sets, the family gathers, work done, to share stories and laughter around the stove. There's a deep sense of peace and contentment in this simple routine. Life here is hard, but it's lived in harmony with nature and in strong family bonds. It's a rhythm the modern world has largely forgotten. The steppes echo with the legacy of Genghis Khan, whose empire once spanned continents. His presence is felt everywhere, in the land, the people, and their enduring traditions. Ovus, sacred stone shrines, dot the hills, connecting travelers to ancient spirits. Walking around an ovu, adding a stone, I felt the weight of history and the power of ritual. Genghis Khan's legacy is not just conquest but unity and resilience. Stories of the Khans are passed down in songs and tales, keeping history alive. To be here is to walk in the footsteps of giants, honoring a culture that endures. As the sun sets, Mongolia's sky transforms into a masterpiece of color and light. With no city lights, the stars emerge in breathtaking clarity, the Milky Way stretching overhead. Lying on the grass, I felt awe at the universe's vastness and beauty. The Mongolian people have long used the stars to navigate and tell stories. My host pointed out constellations, sharing legends passed down through generations. Under this blanket of stars, the world feels both immense and intimate. The night strips away distractions, leaving only wonder and connection. The silence and darkness are deeply humbling, a reminder of our place in the universe. The Mongolian night sky is a treasure, pure, magical, unforgettable. It's a nightly reminder of the beauty and mystery that still exists in the world. Leaving the steppes was bittersweet. A part of me wanted to stay forever. My journey in Mongolia was transformative, a lesson in simplicity, freedom, and connection. The vastness and peace of the land offered space to breathe and reflect. The warmth and resilience of the people left a deep impression on my heart. I learned that happiness is found in connection, to nature, to others, and to oneself. The steppes stripped away the non-essential, revealing what truly matters. I carry Mongolia's wild spirit with me, grateful for the gift of this journey. Thank you for joining me. May these stories inspire your own adventures.